Indus River Suf community. We are deeply grateful to them and to all our missionaries for their patience, commitment, and heart of service.
Over the weekend, CARP London held a 2-day Divine Principle workshop at Livingstone House under the theme Living for a Greater Vision. Guests and second-generation participants were welcomed to learn about the principles of creation, the fall of man, and the peace work accomplished by true parents. Many guests were deeply inspired and actively engaged in meaningful discussions about their life purpose and the essential role of God within it. A warm, family-like atmosphere was created through shared meals, games, and a campfire, strengthening connections among all participants.
Now to Moldova, which experienced an extraordinary season of spiritual growth. From June 13, a 7-day spirituality workshop was held with the Chombo Iumi team, opening with the 2-day on Sister Liberation seminar and a special workshop program centered on Kiwi and Ki spirituality, where the Mother of Peace was introduced. The program that continued at the Nimorani workshop site, where Chombo team members empower missionaries from Moldova and Romania and members of all ages joined daily Chonshinwon lectures, evening vigil prayers connecting with Champion, and intensive late-night prayer session. Many participants testified to profound special experience and a strong sense of rebirth.
During this period, Northeast Regional President Mr. Umberto Angelucci visited Moldova, meeting with local leaders at the Peace Embassy, sharing testimonies from his life of faith and encouraging everyone to remain united and dedicated to God's will. On July 1st, Moldova bid farewell to the Empower team after a remarkable 4-month mission. Over 900 Divine Principle lectures delivered and more than 300 guests welcomed. Their legacy of love, filial piety and service, including the launch of a Youth Sunday service, will continue to inspire the community.
The Family Federation was equally active. For International Children's Day, volunteers brought joy to children in Chișinău and Constanța through games and creative workshops, with recognition from the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection. On International Family Day, the 3rd Happy Family Festival in Bujor village saw 9 couples complete the 3rd step of the blessing. The wonderful news: the Federation received a $15,000 UNDP-supported grant to continue its personal assistance service for the persons with disabilities on the left bank of the Dniester River.
Meanwhile, YSP Moldova hosted inspiring youth club meetings on unity of mind and body and on the life of Adza Hanmun, the Mother of Peace, and joined it Demfest 2026 to promote youth engagement and the culture of peace. And at the Peace Embassy, the Bloom Academy summer camps are running weekly all summer long, nurturing children's minds, hearts, and character.
This week in Norway, where the community celebrated the Day of All True Things together with the Sunday school graduation ceremony. Following a beloved tradition, over 60 members gathered outdoors on a beautiful warm sunny day around a simple offering table decorating with wildflowers. Members sing songs, shared experiences with Heavenly Parents' creation, and listened to a sermon of becoming people who care for and respect the created world. The community then honored its Sunday school graduates, awarding diplomas to each child who completed the 2025 to 2026 program. For 2 children, it was their final year, and they were warmly welcomed by the HARP staff, ready to join HARP activities after the summer. The day concluded with a joyful picnic and games, including a very exciting tug of war.
Norway's HARP members also gathered for their final meeting before the summer holiday. Everyone had great fun making sushi and kimbap, followed by an honest talk by Adza about the challenges young people in the movement may encounter and how she overcame them, with a lively question and answer session and game to finish.
And that brings us to the end of this week's Illuminus. Thank you to all the communities who shared their inspiring stories.
May Heavenly Parent bless you and your families in a week ahead. Until next time, goodbye from Armenia!
Good morning, everybody. Hope you are all well and a little bit cooler this morning, which is great. So welcome to our Sunday service today on the second Sunday in the month. That's why I'm standing up here. So shall we begin by standing, and let's make one standing bow to Heavenly Parent and true parents. Gombe. And let's recite Family Pledge number 5. You all know Family Pledge number 5? Oh, here it comes. Our family, the owner of Channel Book, pledges to strive every day to advance the unification of the spirit world and the physical world as subject and object partners by centering on true love. Thank you. Please be seated and join me in prayer. Our beloved Heavenly Parent, our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, we thank you so much that we can gather here on this beautiful Sunday to invite you here into our presence and to share with you, Heavenly Parent, this time of worship and fellowship. Heavenly Parent, you have given to us through our true parents and through the divine principle, Heavenly Parent, a vision of a world that we have never seen before, a vision of a peaceful world, a harmonious world where all people, no matter what their nationality, culture, religion, Heavenly Parent, they belong to, that we can all come together and live in peace. Heavenly Parent, at this time we are being led in a tremendous way by our Mother of Peace. And we thank you so much, Heavenly Parent, for her life. And we are so sorry, Heavenly Parent, that this time of her life is so troubled by her detention. We pray, Heavenly Parent, for the best possible outcome. And we pray, Heavenly Parent, that you may give her strength and health in this time. Heavenly Parent, we thank you for our blessed family community. We thank you that we can be part of a community that shares these ideals, these values of building a better world, a perfect world of heart and true love. Heavenly Parent, now, as we gather here this morning, we pray that our hearts can be connected to you and to those of our true parents. Thank you now. I offer this prayer reporting to you now in my name, David Coombs, of a blessed family, attending Holy Mother Hahn in gratitude. Adieu. Yes, of course, this week our thoughts have been very much on our true mother, and they've been very much central in our mind. And I thought that I'd share with you this morning the words which true mother used to close her autobiography, which I think really are so uplifting that I think we need to share those things at this time. And true mother said, "Sometimes I ask myself, what will save the world for the sake of our Heavenly Parent? The only solution is to bring joy through the blessing of marriages in harmony with Heavenly Parent. The blessing will bring peace within ourselves, within our families and communities, nation and world, heaven and earth, Heavenly Parent's holy community." 100 years ago, for the liberation of her homeland, my maternal grandmother waved the Korean flag that she had hidden in her bosom. Now, for the liberation of our global family's homeland, we must raise the Heavenly Parent flag that we have hidden in our bosom. Just like her, we must passionately live for God's kingdom of Chon Il-guk. The dawn of a new history is growing brighter. Through the manifestation of the only begotten daughter in the providence of restoration, humanity has a new hope. We are complete in heaven's providence. We have been brought to the mountaintop. Now, let us greet the rising sun with all our hearts. Let us advance together into the bright, new, hopeful era of the settlement of God's kingdom. Chon Il-guk. So I thought those words end in True Mother's autobiography were really, really prophetic. Of course, it's a difficult time. But True Mother has, True Father and then True Mother following on, has really laid the foundation, completely laid the foundation. And in these words, I think we must never, ever forget that in our daily life. So, today's sermon, it'll be given by our pastor, who will be continuing in his sermon series, on the theme of living the word from hearing to doing. And today's talk and our following discussions are on the subject, building true relationships. So, let's please stand and welcome up our worship team today for our first songs.
Good morning, everyone. Before we start singing, perhaps we could just greet each other and say good morning. So thank you. And we'd like to start now this worship session by singing Spirit of God. Spirit of God in the clear running water, blowing to greatness the tree on the hill. Spirit of God, a finger of morning, fill the earth, bring it to birth and blow where you will. Blow, blow, blow till I leave the breath of the Spirit blowing in me. Down in the meadow, the willows of morning, sheep in the pasture land cannot lie still. God, creation is growing. Fill the earth, bring it to birth and blow where you will. Blow, blow, blow till I be God's breath of the Spirit blowing in me. I saw the scar of a year that lay dying, heard the lament of a long whippoorwill. Spirit of God, see that cloud crying, fill the earth, bring it to birth and blow where you will. Blow, blow, blow till I be God's breath of the Spirit blowing in me. Spirit of God, every man's heart is lonely, watching and waiting and hungry until Spirit of God and laughter can be holy. Fill the earth, bring it to birth and blow where you will. Blow, blow, blow till I be float till I leave, the breath of the Spirit blowing in me. Thank you. And let's continue to prepare our hearts by singing If Life Were Gracious Enough. If life were gracious enough to grant my way, I would reach to the ends of the earth to give love in every day, and each would find his home with peace and friendship there, where joyous songs abound and happiness to share. If life were gracious enough to grant my dream, I would see your face in the dark and hear your song in every stream. The comfort of your smile, if the warm caress of spring, in the dance of life all the while, I feel your love in everything. We will make life gracious enough to live our dream. We will lift off the weight of the world, and our love will blossom. We will free each heart from the pain and anguish of the past through the presence of our love. Through joy will reign. We will free each other. We will free each heart from the pain and anguish of the past through the preciousness of our love. Through joy, through the preciousness of love, through the preciousness of our love. True joy will reign at last. Thank you. Please be seated.
Please be seated. If I don't think there are any, but if there are any children for Sunday school, although today, of course, is the service on the beach, I think, so that's why we're missing many of the younger ones. So we'll have. Oh. Okay. You will have noticed that we have our special guests here today as well. We have Bogdan and Yoshiko Palmer here, which we're very grateful. Bogdan and Yoshiko will speak a little later to share some information, words about our True Mother's situation. But let's just welcome them, please. Right, now for our announcements. I got local announcements.
keep on suspense a little bit longer. What's going to come up? Right, okay. This is a project of the Universal Peace Federation, our South London branch. And it's a gathering on multi-generational living better together. And it's a talk on this issue of multi-generational living, and that's on the 7th of August, in about a month's time, in Sutton. You'll see the information there, and it'll be, if it's not already, it'll be sent out. And then general announcements. There is a spirituality workshop taking place from the 4th to the 24th of September here at Livingstone House. And you're invited to apply for the 8th Hyojong Chonshim Chonbo EUME Yongson 21-day workshop. That's quite a mouthful, isn't it? Yes, I'll be asking a question about that one later. So the European Summer Harp Workshop on the 1st to the 8th of August, location in Glanów in Poland, for 14 to 18-year-olds. And again, you can have more information about how to participate in that workshop on the website or scan the QR code. And on the 9th of August, at the Holy Oak Memorial Woodland in Stanton Fitzwarren, we have our annual memorial service. And because I think many of us will be going to that, there will not be a Sunday service, South London River South service on that day. It's the 9th of August, annual memorial service. 13th of August to the 16th of August, we have a Peace Cup 2026. That's in the Czech Republic, in Prague. Everyone's invited. But recommended age for athletes is 16 plus. Well, yeah, kind of gone over that a little bit. Why not? ESGD Harp Workshop, 10th of August to the 17th of August at Camberg in Germany, 13 to 19 years old. And again, website or QR code. ESGD Roots Workshop, that's on the 19th to the 23rd of August, again in Camberg for 22 and over. And a European Carp Workshop, 24th of August to the 30th of August, again at Camberg, 18 to 35 years old. And I'm waiting for the next one to be 70 to 75 years old. Oh no, it's a New Hope We're Fishing Workshop. So, 3rd of September to the 8th of September in Porto, Portugal. That would be wonderful, yes. So, this workshop, a unique opportunity to connect with nature, fellow participants, and true parents' legacy of the Ocean Providence. And moving on into the early autumn, 11th of September to the 14th of September, we have the retreat 2026 at the usual location at Dovedale House. It's in the Peak District, isn't it? And for 18 plus, families with small children are welcome, but with limited spaces. So, retreat 2026. And there's the upcoming dates for the family camp, which is only now a couple of weeks away. 24th of July to the 29th at Cleve House. Children's camp are from the 3rd of August to the 8th of August here at Livingstone House. And advance notice for our own 21-day spirituality workshop from the 4th of September to the 24th of September, again here at Livingstone House. So, I'm losing my voice a little bit now. I'm beginning to get like Harry Kane. Did you see that the other night? Okay, so can I invite up the band then for the worship team for 2 more songs before the sermon?
let's join together and sing Unified Soldiers. Strong bond of heart is the force, bringing the world into life. Join in a kinship of love, all shall live as one. Here in the home of our heart, we'll share evermore. On this foundation of happiness, we shall live forever. There is pride in heavenly war, unified soldiers, like the wind with one accord. We shall march on. Two men of boundless domain, magnify their lives.
Glorious beacon,
Glorious beacons of truth o'er all things of the earth. From that original word, life will spring and grow. In its expression, it gives to all the fulfillment of hope. It's pride in heavenly war, unified soldiers, mightily His will to do. We shall march on. Based on the order of God, we'll build truthfulness. One constant value that gives pledge of eternity. The highest standard of truth, which is grace above, will decorate for distant days of radiant goodness. This pride in heavenly war, unified soldiers, mightily proclaiming, we shall march on. New culture dawns in the east, glories beyond our dreams. Mankind transformed in its light shall be one family, ever to serve and attend our true parents' throne. Without a doubt, the world shall be a world of victory. Pride in heavenly war, unified soldiers, mightily into that ideal, we shall march on. We'll ride in heavenly war, unified soldiers, mightily into that ideal, we shall march on. Thank you. So, as we're moving into our last song of the banquet before our main sermon, I pray that we can really prepare our hearts, think about the lyrics, and invite to heaven to come down so we can really receive Heavenly Parent's word. So let's join now together in this last song. Pure new life that once was sown within the garden's fertile soil, sprouting seed
filled with your blessed grace. Still as one, holy banquet of our Lord. Hallelujah, glorious day of joy, overflowing with your love as dawn proclaims eternal life. Earth and heaven come surround the glorious parents of mankind. Gather around, sing the song, praising the love of the Lord. Tell all the world, spring has come eternally. Hallelujah, glorious day of joy. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, glorious day of joy.
Thank you so much. The band will be back with us for one more song afterwards, but let's give them a round of applause. So, I think Pastor's still with the tech over there, so let's wait a minute. How many of you stayed up last night to watch the match? A good few. It was a very good match. So, today's sermon, as I said, will be given by our pastor Adza, and his talk today is entitled "Building True Relationships." So let's welcome up our pastor.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to switch to my laptop, see if it works. But before I give my sermon, we promised that we were going to try to every week give testimonies about the previous week's action points. So if there's anybody who would like to give a testimony, let me know. I have one already. I could do with another. I don't want to give my own testimony and then give the sermon, and then you're going to be bored with my voice. So first, let me invite up Adrian Lee to give a testimony about last week. If there's anybody else in the meantime, let me know, and I will slot you in.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me on this? Is it working? Okay, yeah. So last week, I said I would contact my cousin in, where is he? Zurich. He's in Zurich. Because my family's like spread across the world. I have to try and remember. So we were all connected originally through our grandparents. But when they passed away, we lost all connection. I have no connection with any of my family members. So I tried to find them on social media. So some of them set up social media accounts about 15, 20 years ago, and they never used them. So I thought, anyway, I'll try this cousin in Zurich. I'm still waiting for a response. But what was interesting was that we welcomed back our collateral, liberated, blessed ancestors after their 40-day workshop this week. And we made a little banner and a little altar, and then we prayed. And then right after that, I got this inspiration because we'd liberated my grandparents' siblings and their children. Yeah? And so I got this inspiration. Go to a cousin on the other side of my family who lives in Australia. Now, yeah, I remember when I went to his social media account, it only has his profile and he got married. You know, he says married, right? That's it. Got married in January 2022. But I know he got married like 25, 30 years ago. I was like, oh, I didn't know about that. And I was like, January, but he's in Australia, that's summertime, right? So I thought, oh, that's all kind of makes sense. This is new to me. But it's a private account. There's no one, the inspiration was to find a way, someone else to contact him to contact me. Yeah? But there was nothing on there. I couldn't see anything. But I thought, I clicked on that wedding, getting married post, and then it came some comments from that time. So his wife made a comment, and she said, yeah, we got married, oh, congratulations. We got married 23 years ago. You never were good at dates. And she said, unless there's something you didn't tell me about. So I thought, oh, she's social media savvy and got a sense of humor. And then her mum put a post as well, and she said, yeah, actually, I went to your wedding. It was in June, not January. You got the J right. Well done. Love you. And then sort of emojis, laughing emojis and things. So I go to his wife's social media account, and then it was also private, but I could send a message. So I sent the message, and then she came back immediately and said, yeah, he's not very good at social media. I've tried to set him up, but I'll definitely get him to contact you. So she's like really on board. So hopefully I can hear from my cousin in Australia. And I haven't seen him since I was about 6 years old. We used to play together. Yeah. So thank you. Without last week's sermon and everything, maybe not have happened. Thank you.
Okay, we're still trying to get the tech to work. If not, I'm going to be signaling the back to advance the slides from there. Is there anybody else who would like to share something about becoming a living bridge? Anyone else like to share? Yep, Sharon, yes, thank you. Please, come on.
Hi, everyone. Last week, Friday, sorry, not this week, last week, Friday, sorry? No, not Friday, the Friday before, sorry. Yes, before last week's sermon, anyway.
Connected to.
Yeah, I got a phone call from my daughter-in-law in Manchester, Sean's wife, you know Sean, yeah? She said she actually wanted to talk to my daughter, Laurie, and she said she'd been running in a race, what do you call it, children's race, parents run, and she sprained her ankle. So she was expecting 30 people from Manchester Region's church to come to her house for a barbecue, and she needed some help. So I decided, since my daughter couldn't go, I would go. And so straight away, I packed my bags, got my things ready, and decided to go on the train. I got ready, got out of the door, and there I saw the bus passed. And I thought, okay, I'll walk anyway to the bus stop. And I got to the bus stop, and I asked, is there another bus coming soon? And in my heart, I listened for the strongest thing, and it said, stay and wait. But I didn't. I decided that I would walk to the next stop, because in my intellect, I was thinking, the bus just passed, there can't be another bus straight away. But so, yeah. Yeah, so I I started off walking to the next stop, and I got about halfway. I saw the bus coming, and I decided, okay, there's a crossing. Let somebody cross. And yeah, so somebody crossed, and then there was another crossing, and somebody else asked, let somebody else cross, please, to slow the bus down. And yeah, it happened. But I was about not far away from the bus stop when the bus passed me. And then I thought, let the driver wait for me. So I was with my suitcase, and I thought, I can't run, don't want to run. But for some reason, the driver waited, and I was able to get on the bus. So I was really, really grateful. And yeah, everything went really well. I got on my train. Sorry, the train was 20 minutes late leaving. So I got to Manchester about 11 o'clock at night. I got an Uber, got to the house. Yeah, and so I was able to help. And I'm really grateful, that spontaneity, that I could just get on the train, after the call and go straight to Manchester. And I was there until Monday. We had a beautiful picnic in the garden. Different people brought food, and there's loads of food. The children had a bouncy castle and a trampoline, and they had such fun. It was a beautiful experience, and I was grateful that I could help. That's why I'm here to say that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so modern day bridges are more than just a bridge. There's internet, there's social media. Yes, Tina, please come up, yeah. And there's trains and buses as well. Okay, yeah. all things to make connections. So Tina, a third. Okay, good. We'll have a short sermon, don't worry.
It's just a small experience, but it's kind of cute. And it's also wanting to be a bridge, between us and true parents and God. And it happened, in my work. I work as a carer, so I'm driving around, looking for a parking space to go to the office real quick. And then I turned into this road, a cul-de-sac, and there was only one space, but it was in front of a garage, and it said 24-hour free, you can park there. So, and just besides was a car, and he was washing his car. So I rolled the window down and made a joke and said, "Are you going to wash my car next?" So he was laughing. He said, "Okay, I can do it." I said, "Really? Are you serious?" And he said, "Yes, I have time. I have everything here, the whole gear. I wash your car." And my car was really dirty. I said, "I don't have a space to park because I'm not allowed to park here." So he said, "Don't worry, I move my car. You can park in my place. And I know the guy with a garage. I can park there." He said, "How long will you be?" I said, "Not so long, couple hours in the office." So he said, "Okay, leave it here." He moved his car. I parked my car in his place. And then he said, "Okay, when you come back, it will be washed." And, and then when I came back, the car was speaker span. It was beautiful. And then I was just getting in the car, not knowing what to do because and then he came with his 2 dogs. He was walking. And then he said, "Are you happy?" I said, "Yes, very happy." And I said, "How much do you want? How much do you charge?" He said, "No, don't worry, nothing." Then I said, "Okay, I can give you something." Then, then I have in the back of my car a box with True Fathers and True Mothers autobiography. And also recently I got from Austria, there is a brother in Austria, Martin Kiedler, who wrote a brochure about the divine principle, a summary, and he calls it God's Original Dream. And I just recently got some. So I said, "Look, I can give you this one. God's Original Dream and Father Moon's autobiography." And I said, it's really very inspirational. Please have a look and read it carefully, and please give me some feedback. And then he said, well, I just live here on the Mould Road, it was, you know, Mould Road 50, flat 1. So my name is Anthony. And he said, I will read it. 2 weeks' time, I will read it. You come back and ask me about it. So there you go. I have to do that. Being a bridge. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. I want to get 2 other people to do some work for me. So we have 2 readings. Would somebody like to volunteer to read? They're very short here. Yes? And the sister, if possible. Sister. Oh, thank you, Sulin. Okay, so it will come up on the screen, and then you can read.
So reading 1, the practice of true love. Nothing is good unless it is in harmony with the essence of God's love. Love does not focus on its position as a subject partner. Rather, it focuses on its object partner. If you focus on yourself, you cannot go to the path of love. Suppose you are the leader of a nation. You cannot function in that position if you are all alone. You need to recognize the value of the others as your partners. The basic principle underlying the organization of the ideal kingdom of heaven is that within the family, husband and wife openly affirm each other. A man who is not affirmed by his wife can hardly expect to be affirmed in the ideal world. It is a contradiction for a man to seek the world's public recognition when his wife does not first recognize him.
Keep going, yeah.
In order for a man to attain world-level recognition with dignity and authority, he should be recognized as the linchpin of his family without any shortcomings. A family with that kind of man as a head will remain intact and not be divided. Then that family should take the position of subject partner to its tribe and live sacrificially, overcoming challenges for its tribe's sake. Its purpose should be for the sake of others, not for itself.
The second one is also from the Chansongyeon, book 3.
The center of your love has to be your counterpart, not yourself. Only when you fully recognize the value of your counterpart with his or her full value in love become manifest. Why do you have to sacrifice on the path of love? It is because your love does not belong to you. You must make your counterpart the focal point of your love. That being the case, unless you make the condition to be completely in accord with that focal point of love, you cannot fulfill love's purpose. Therefore, if you want perfect love, you must sacrifice completely. When you follow the way of total sacrifice, you will see perfect unity. Without fail, the sacrificial person becomes the central person. In a family, the filial child is the one who sacrifices the most. Thereby, he or she becomes the center of the family. A patriot who sacrifices the most for the nation becomes the central person of the nation. The saint who sacrifices the most becomes the center of all saints. This is heaven's principle. So follow this way with sincerity and become individuals who can bring people into harmony in all respects. When you do so, God's new hope will dwell within you, and the power of God's love will be added to your efforts.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So the sermon today is Building True Relationships. And just to recap from last week, Living the Word, our series is called Living the Word from Hearing to Doing, and this is the second week, Building True Relationships. So the aim of this series, which you heard last week, is to move us as a community from listening to practicing. from attendance to ownership, from fellowship to mission. So this is why we are doing this, and that's why we are all trying to be engaged in the service. So we act on the sermon or the fellowship we have, and then we testify about it, and then we build on that. So today is building true relationships. Really very quick sermon, because we're going to have a discussion afterwards about how we can build true relationships. And I'm sure you all have more profound insights than I could ever have. So many people today, so we are already on the slide number, second slide after the title. So yeah, many people today have hundreds of friends on Facebook, on social media. Yeah, I counted, I checked mine, it was 1.5 thousand friends on Facebook. Wow. Okay, yeah. Probably don't know probably don't know 99% of their daily activities, these friends, right? Maybe even more than 99%. Maybe. I mean, my wife is not on my social media account, so I know her the most, but she's not on there. And yeah, but most of our relationships these days seem to be online. Yeah, we count our friends online. So we are connected digitally, and sometimes it's handy. You can get some messages across the world very quickly. Some issues come up, and you can share with others across the world. But we are disconnected emotionally. You know, it's a digital. We send a message, and we hide behind the keyboard, right? And we send messages. So God's ideal was never meant just to be close together. This is not what God meant. God's ideal was to have a connection of heart. So we are connected heart to heart with each other, which means that we get to know deeply the concerns of the other, the day-to-day of the other, the hopes, the dreams, the concerns of the other. Yeah. So early this morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, I got a message from one of my friends to say, I have to go to the hospital. Yeah, I have to go to the hospital at this time. And 6:30, I got an update. Yeah, still waiting to be seen. And yeah, so then you're connected in heart. You're concerned. You're praying for. You're thinking of your friend who is in such a situation. If you don't know, then you don't know. Then you don't connect in heart. So it's not just to be there, but to connect in heart with each other. So the Hundoke theme that we had, we heard a couple of readings from the Chonsongyeon about how to make these connections. What is the intensity of connection that we need? And you have to give totally to the other. So husband, true parents always said, husband lives for the sake of the wife, a wife for the husband. And it's difficult to do. In the morning, the first thing you do after your prayers and greeting God is like what do I have for breakfast? Not what am I making you for breakfast? Or it's always about me. What am I going to do? What am I going to do next? And do you think, what is my counterpart? What is my spouse going to do next? What are their concerns? What would they like to have for breakfast? I posted online a few years ago about us having breakfast. Nitaya was having her breakfast, a very nice Oriental breakfast, and I was having my very English or Irish breakfast. So it's totally different. I had my bacon and eggs and my little bap with it, and she had these noodles going. It's like, I lost out in that one. But yeah, this is what, we all think, what do we want? What do we want? The moment we get up, it's all about me and not about the other. But this is the wrong way around. This is not how God created. God created that we give to the other completely. We give to each other completely. And then we grow true love. So true love grows through investment. We give, and then love grows. Relationships also deepen without keeping score. So it's not about, oh, I did this for you, so now it's your turn to do for me, right? Okay. It's just giving unconditionally. And it's not easy to do in a world where people are looking out for themselves, right? It's not easy to do. But Father and Mother challenge us that if we can do this, completely empty ourselves for the sake of the other, then we will see a miracle happening. The miracle of the original creation, how we were meant to live, will be manifest. So relationships don't grow accidentally. Healthy marriages don't happen accidentally, do they? So you may see somebody you like, and then you court, you get married. But then for the rest of your marriage, which hopefully is eternal, you have to keep working on it. I saw recently somebody wrote something profound, like your partner changes all the time. So your love also must change all the time. People are growing and they are developing. So if you have the original love that you had when you met, or when you fell in love and got married, then as the person changes, you say, well, you've changed. You're not the one I fell in love with, right? People do change. So your love also must develop as you go along, right? So healthy marriages don't happen accidentally. You have to work at it and not give up. Sometimes it's easy to give up. You have incredible challenges, and the easy way out is the way out. You just, okay, I'm done with this. I'll try again somewhere else. So to keep at it and to work on it is actually the courageous way to do it. So I'm really touched when I see people who are going through incredible difficulties, but yet are working hard to make it work. So this is how healthy marriages happen. It's not accidental. So healthy families also don't happen accidentally. It all takes investment. And healthy churches, likewise, are not accidental. We have to be creative in how we relate with each other. We have to be intentional in our relationships. So everything valuable grows because somebody is investing. So everything we do is because somebody has invested in it, and it comes to fruition. Sometimes you see something manifest and you think, wow, that's a free lunch, that's something for nothing, but somebody has made the investment somewhere. We were talking about our properties here, Livingstone House, Peace Embassy. Why don't we have a free service at the Peace Embassy? Why do we invest in Livingstone House to have a service here? Well, it's not free when we have a service in Livingstone, in Peace Embassy. It means we can't use it for other things. We can't let it out. So it's not free. There's always a cost. And anytime you use a place, it runs down the place. So nothing is free. So it may seem awkward to think, well, we've bought this place and there's no mortgage on it, so why do we pay to use it, right? But if we don't, it will be run down very quickly, and then we won't have it anymore. So there's a result because somebody has made an investment. Nothing comes free. So many of us are waiting for friendship to happen. I lost all my friends from childhood. When I left Ghana, I lost contact. It's the time when you had to make a trunk call. You go to the post office and you say, I'm going to make a call on this date, and you go and the time and you make the call. So you lose contact, right? So and nowadays it's easier. 40 years after I left Ghana, then finally I could meet up online with my classmates, and it was like yesterday, that we separated from each other. Yeah, but I lost all my friendships from school because I left the country and lost contact. Some of my friends have ascended, have passed away. But what do I do now? Do I just, okay, I'm friendless and I'm going to go through life friendless? Poor me. Where's the violin? Get the violin. No, you have to reach out to others to befriend them, to be friends with others. So I have new friendship groups, and I'm working on always connecting with people. Some are deeper than others, but they're still warm anyway. There's an event in the park later today. If oh no, it was yesterday. Sorry. Oh. So I have to call my friend and say sorry. Yeah, because we were celebrating. We're celebrating yesterday at the Peace Embassy, and I had another thing planned for later on, but I kind of thought it was today. Yeah, anyway, so you have to invest in friendships, or you lose them, right? And they're like, he didn't even bother to call, right? But I have to get some flowers or something, yeah. So many of us wait for friendships to happen, but we have to invest in them, in friendships, yeah. In our movement, we are kind of, this is my personal view, that we sometimes think we are Chonil Guk. So we are post the fallen world. We are walking into an ideal situation. So we are living in an ideal. So sometimes we don't think we have to create it. It's just we are entering it. But hang on, what about the person next to me? Am I going to be friends with the person next to me? Am I going to walk with the person next to me? Or are we just in this providential organization together and we are all just going? No, we need to link arms and go together as friends, yeah, to do. So let's not just wait for friendships to happen. Let's do things to make them happen. Like yesterday's birthday party was an incredible way as well, just to meet people and have fun and create bonds which can lead to something else, yeah? Yeah. So it's one step at a time, keep investing. Some people can connect with music, some with a love for fishing or some other things, and you can create these friendship groups, yeah. So God is asking us to create this. God reaches out first, and we also need to reach out to others and create these relationships, deepen these relationships. So love is spelled T-I-M-E, right? You have to give time to people to create love, yeah. So love is not L-O-V-E. Well, it is, but you know what I mean. So a lot of you have heard like 50 sermons a year plus. Some people have 3 sermons on Sunday because they attend services in the morning, different time zones, and then they end on the eastern coast of America on services there. So they have 3 or 4 services. So you don't really want another sermon, right? This is not what people need, another sermon. This is not what you need. What you need is somebody to listen to you. Somebody to listen, someone to listen. That is what we all need. There's a song, right? What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Not just for one, but for everyone, yeah. There are many mountains yet to climb, yeah, but what we need is a connection with people. We need somebody who's going to just listen to me. You may think somebody's rambling on about something, but that connection of speaking and listening, really listening with the heart, that is an incredible gift, yeah, a gift of love. We need people to notice. Notice. Sorry. Did you notice I was struggling in the back with the tech? Did you notice? You did? Okay. Thank you, Sanjay. Stepping in. Okay. Sometimes we need people to notice. Or maybe we did something, we did something, we came to Livingstone House, did the garden. We need somebody to notice, who did the garden and who did this? Sometimes we just want some small affirmation, yeah. Somebody to notice and someone to care. Now, if you care for somebody, you're going the next step where you can invest in somebody's welfare, somebody's well-being, then that is what we really need. And the greatest gift we can give today is attention. Give your attention to somebody. That's the greatest thing you can give. Not money, not material things, but your attention. Give your attention to somebody. That is incredible. So people remember presence more than advice. So you give advice to somebody, and yeah, they probably heard it already from their parents. So it's extra. But if you're there with them in a difficult situation, they remember that. They remember that. So we have strengths here in River South. What are our strengths? Our strengths are relationships. Relationships beyond cultures, because we are unusual. We are an unusual community made up of Maidstone and Bromley and South London, as we discussed last week. So, you know, when we were 25 years, we've been in 21 years in Ashford, and we always went to South London to service, which is further away than coming here. And some people did ask us, why do you go all the way to South London and not here? And mainly it was for our children, because there were more children our children's age there, so let them have that. But also there was a vibe about South London, which was kind of funky music vibe, which I like. You know, the music in Bromley is more classical tone. That's what I felt. Yeah, we've got a grand piano at the back to prove that. There are violins and things like that. So it's great. I mean, I like classical music sometimes, but I'm more of the gospel. So that's why I connected with Franklin's soul, rhythm kind of thing in Southland. So I went there. But the fusion of the two, wow, that's incredible, right? That takes it to the next level. So we can have a bit of that and a bit of that. And we are waiting now we want to have a choir here. So we are planning. You know, we are planning. If you want to join a choir, we're going to have a choir here with a choir master, and we're going to bring some strings and some, you know, into our music. So some violin, and so we are thinking to move it forward. But this is something we can do because of the unique nature of our growing community. So these are gifts that we have, which we want to give back to the nation, to the world, to the nation, yes. Okay. So, yeah. So we'll keep you posted on these developments, yeah. We are South London, Maidstone, and Bromley. And we are different cultures as well. We are from all around the world. People, we take it for granted that there's many cultures anyway in the unification movement. It's taken for granted. But actually, we can represent to anyone the whole world. So here in River South, we can put on an event representing all the cultures of the world, should we choose to do that, yeah. So this is incredible. Not many communities have this kind of mix. You go to Europe, go to Asia, and it's very homogeneic. You don't have many mixes. Of course, unification movement, yeah, it's hard not to find a mix, but we are particularly intercultural. And we have many generations, even here in this room right now. There's so many different generations. If I said I was on MFT, which is Mobile Fundraising Team, yeah, many people here were in MFT, but not with me. They were in a different generation of MFT, in different experiences, selling different things from me. So even our church experience is intergenerational, multi-generational as well. So diversity only becomes a strength because it's a challenge in society, as you know. Diversity, people push against it. So let us stick to what we are comfortable with. But diversity becomes a strength when we have intentional connection. We want to connect like this. Yoju has joined the community this week from Japan. She's intentionally joined with Alistair here, right? Say, hey, welcome. And welcome Alistair and Yoju. We'll welcome them again later, but please let's welcome them, yeah. And but we have these intentional connections that we make, and Of course, not just with marriage, yeah, but with our friendships as well. When we go out witnessing, the people we meet are different from us, yeah, because we're in London. So this week, what can we do? What can we do this week? Let's see if we can choose one person that we can connect with. One person. So it's not so difficult. Okay. So that means 90 connections, one each. So you can ask somebody to wash your car. Wow. Or service your car, maybe. So later I'll be in the garage, in the parking lot, changing some oil. But anyway, find one person that you can connect to in some way. Yeah, you can go for a coffee. You can have lunch. You can just make a phone call if the person is far away or you don't have transportation means. You can go for a walk. Yeah, I can't go for a walk unless I go for a walk with my wife first. So forgive me if I just call you. Let me get the walk done with my wife first. And then connect with somebody without an agenda. You don't want something from them. You don't want to preach to them. You don't want to do anything. You just want to connect. Just listen to them without an agenda. Build one relationship deeper than it is now. So build one relationship deeper. So our church will become a family when strangers, as we joined or as we moved into the community, become friends. And then friends will become family when we invest in each other. So let's do that this week. Okay. Now we're going to have discussion groups. So I'll say a short prayer, and then we'll break out into discussion groups. Just maybe mix it up a bit if you don't want to be sitting with your spouse again like last week. So you can have a short discussion on 2 questions. Which relationships need investment? Which relationships that we have needs investment? And what practical action will you take this week? And then we can share about that next week when we've done it. Yeah. So, okay, good. So we'll have a 10-minute discussion. Okay, let's make it 8 minutes. 8 minutes. And then maybe 10 minutes we can finish. Yeah. 8 minutes. So groups of 5, if we can make 5. Shall we? Yeah. Just choose, just go. Yeah. Just mix it up. Yeah. And when there's 5, you go to the next area. Yeah. David, where are you going? You're going there. Okay, so if you're outside, you can come in, unless you're 5 out there, and then, yeah, okay, good. So, yeah, just turn around and talk. Okay, I'll come and join here. I'm going to bring a microphone to one group so that people online can hear what you're sharing as well. So which group would like to share with the online? Okay, I'll bring my group then. Okay. Thank you. Can you turn the volume on blue down? Not mute, but just turn it down. Yeah. Bart, will it be going down? Testing. Oh no, it will go into. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I put the speaker off. Yeah. Put it back on after, and just it to be online. Okay. 5 or 6. Doesn't have to be exact. It could be 6. It could be 6. Yeah. Blue. Just blue. So you can't hear in the house. Online people can hear, so they can join in.
Like we all
meet up with each other, we talk. Okay, thank you. So I've heard from a number of brothers and sisters. Yeah, so maybe it's not on. Anyway, I've heard from many brothers and sisters, they say we need to invest in the relationship between brothers and sisters as members. Many feel not heard. We had today in the sermon, everyone wants to be heard, has a need to be heard, a need to be listened to. And over I'm 3 years back now in Sutton in River South, my consistent observation has been that brothers and sisters do not feel heard or listened to. And so I really believe that relationship between brothers and sisters is one that needs a lot of investment. That's what I would say. Thank you.
But in a sense, if you're in a big community, you can't invest in everyone. You can, like he said, choose one person, or you can choose maybe 2 or 3 people, or start off with one, and invest one at a time. Because if there's a big community, how can you invest in everyone? But if everyone did that, then everybody would be included, isn't it? So that's a good point. He said this week, choose one person, and I think that's one way. So that's in a church community, but also within the family. If there's many siblings, for example, and particularly with teenagers and so on, you might find between parent and child or between the siblings, someone has to find a way how to help them to invest in each other. Someone has to share with them, talk with them. But also within colleagues at work. I'm thinking also with colleagues at work. Sometimes with colleagues we work together. I'm sorry. I said sometimes even with colleagues at work, we need to find, not just work together, but find a way to get to know each other and see how we can work. It'll help if you know each other more, then you can work better. To me, this is what number one is investment.
I'm curious. You said you feel people are not heard, right? In what way are people not heard? So why do people not feel heard? Does that mean the community needs to create more of a space where people can get together and just talk and communicate? Or? Yeah. Do you feel the community does not give you enough support in which you can share your opinion and just talk and connect with people?
sit next to today, I can sense something. And I might ask him or her later, how about this or that, if I happen to know something else. But no doubt, individually taking a buck in my mind, I must say, and being observant, as was also said in the sermon. Makes sense? More individual responsibility than events, extra, we have lots of them already. Or like when we leave the service, say afterwards, they say, I happen to go out with the same brother or sister. Maybe I'd felt something already. You okay? Maybe they don't want to talk. But even then they just sense that I'm mindful of this person.
I mean, Sharon and I last week, she missed the sermon. She's kind of like this anyway. We were concerned about her brother who used to be a member of Hugo. In a very difficult situation. So I made, before Sharon came back from Manchester, I made this commitment to speak to him or to text him or something like that. And if you know Hugo, very difficult to understand Mexican, and he speaks with a very strong Mexican accent. But I really made an effort, and this week, and then when Sharon came back, we've been praying for him anyway, through our Bruno running thing, and amazing things happened just in this last week, and I think it's really important to be able to. I met Chris Chubb the other day, and Adrian meets him sometimes, doesn't come to church, but it was great, just to meet him, or sitting. I've done that for a long time, and so has Adrian, and I think that helps people a lot to be able to sit and listen. It's not negative. It's not negative. Just listen to what people actually believe. Hello. Oh. Hello. Sorry, I should have been more posh.
I think, like practically, we can, if we have, sorry, I think practically if we have any hobbies that we enjoy doing, we can invite others along, give invitations. Would you like to do this? Or would you like to come for a coffee? Just to get to know other people, or just to strengthen relationships that we already have. But sometimes it's the time, if you're working or you have children to look after, it's a bit difficult to find the time to physically go somewhere. So most of the communication is on the phone, or, so yeah, that's my feeling.
Especially the difference between male and female. There's big differences. Anyway, that's it.
somehow, I think relates to this point that you shared. We're sort of born with this need to be loved, right? With this need to be given attention. And then somehow this journey of growing up is to realize there's no way I can fill this need by taking. The only way to be really free is to become selfless and give the thing that I hope the other person would give me. And actually by giving what I so yearn in my heart, I'll be free and eventually receive it. I think it's very true in marriages, but in all relationships, so the sense of it's actually by giving what I need, ultimately, my deepest desires will be fulfilled. And that's so hard. It's so easy to be said, but in practice, this is, I think, one of the biggest journeys to be on. But then at the same time, of course, still, to even get to this point, we first need to receive, and especially children. So that's one thought, and the other one is actually about intuition and the role of intuition in reaching and connecting to people, because you might reach out to someone and the door is closed. You reach out again and the door is still closed. But sort of getting that intuition right, when a door is open to someone, even within my family, for real connection, is something, it's also part of that, the role of spirituality in friendships and cultivating relationships, to develop this sense. These are my two thoughts. Or unless someone else still wants to share something. That's okay.
The main speaker. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you. Thank you for your sincere sharing. And we have to be, we can try to be intentional in our relationships. And it takes 2 minutes to wind down. Thank you very much that you could share. As you may have heard, we'll come to announcements later. Thank you. So please join me in a prayer, and we'll have a little reflection, and then offering song. Please join me in prayer. Beloved Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, thank you that we could come together today to share our hearts. Sometimes it's not easy to know what the other needs or what is best for the other person, but this is something we have to learn. If we want to make deeper relationships with each other, we need to discover the needs, the background of others, and really get to know your children as you know them, Heavenly Parent. We are inadequate, nevertheless, so we pray that you can forgive our shortcomings when we don't have the right relationships with each other. But it's something that we are here, therefore we want to improve on. We want to become people that you can spend time with, you can trust with your children. trust with those children that you are longing to reach out to, that you can work through us to do that. Heavenly Parent, let us become a community that can interrogate our faith, interrogate our actions to live by that faith, and become a magnet for the society we are in. And we can show the world that we are your children by the love that we exhibit and have for each other. Thank you, Heavenly Parent. We want to offer this service to you. Please be with the children who are at the beach for their service there and sharing there. Let them be safe and have great weather and experience many new things. We want to offer everything in your hands. In attendance to our Holy Mother Hannah, I report this with gratitude in my name, Adza, Mould of a Blessed Family, Arjun. Let's have a couple of minutes of reflection.
Sorry to cut your reflection period short. When you're reflecting on relationships, there's a lot to reflect on, isn't there? Thank you. Let's put our hands together and thank our pastor for his talk this morning. And I hope you all had interesting discussions. And we look forward next week for feedback from everybody. Thank you. So we'll have our offering song now, and then after that I'd invite our national leaders up to say a few words. So can you stand and welcome our band up again.
So let's sing together now as the deer. As the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longs after you. Alone all my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. You alone are my strength. You alone make my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. You're my friend, and you are my brother, even though you are a king. I love you more than any other, so much more than anything. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. I want you more than gold or silver, only you can satisfy. You alone are the real joy giver, and the apple of my eye. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. You alone. And I long, my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. And I long to worship you. And I long to worship you.
Please join me in prayer. Our Heavenly Parent, our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, thank you once again that we can gather here today. We thank you also, Heavenly Parent, for the offerings that brothers and sisters have made, whether they've made it from their bank accounts directly, Heavenly Parent, or this morning by this offering here at the service. We pray your blessing upon it, that it can be used for your will, for your purposes. And I offer this prayer in my name, David Coombs, of a blessed family attending Holy Mother Hahn, in gratitude. Adieu. Okay, please be seated. Heavenly Parent. Brothers and sisters, let's give a very warm welcome to our national leaders, Bogdan and Yoshiko Palmer.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Thank you for this wonderful service, and sermon and time together. We come together every Sunday to express our love for God as a community collectively. And I felt, really we could do that today. And thank you everyone for being part of that. So, as you've heard, there was an important date in Tremada's trial on Friday, and we felt we wanted to share with you as a community and what we have heard and understood over the weekend from our Continental Director, Mike and Fumiko Balcom, and share in this moment together that we also intentionally face this together. I want to invite Yoshiko to read the statement that Tremada made in court on Friday. Maybe some of you have seen this, but I think it's profound. And this is a message from Julian Gray, who was in court on Friday. I was in court on Friday and should have written to you before to say that when Mother gave her final words in court on Friday, they were delivered with deep emotion, sincerity of heart, and clarity of mind. Even after a long day in court, half of which was taken up by the prosecutor's attack directed against Tremada. It seemed ludicrous that the country's chief prosecutor was in court to say that Mother had attempted to criminally interfere with government and even to undermine the Constitution. And these are the words that Tremada said.
Throughout my life, I have served God and devoted my entire life to realizing one family of humankind at peace. I do not seek power through money. As the leader of the Family Federation, I deeply apologize for unintentionally causing controversy in many areas. Throughout my life, I have traveled the world proclaiming that if we are to realize a peaceful world through the True Family movement, we must attend Heavenly Parent. However, it pains my heart beyond words that the person in whom I believed in and entrusted everything to has brought about the situation we face today. Even now, wars and conflicts continue around the world with people shedding their blood. In the midst of this, I continue to proclaim, let us attend Heavenly Parent. I have been appealing for all nations that attend heaven to serve Heavenly Parent on earth as sibling nations and to become one in this time when we can fulfill Heavenly Parent's dream, the kingdom of heaven on earth. I believe that God is alive. God will surely fulfill that dream on earth. Members of the second and third generations of our unificationist community who will carry out this task are going out into the world as true sons and daughters that attend our Heavenly Parent. This past April 2025, I established the environment through which the dream of the Creator Heavenly Parent could be fulfilled on earth. This is something for which I feel deeply grateful and thankful. Now that we have made ourselves known, only growth and prosperity lie ahead. I believe that one family of humankind serving Heavenly Parent in peace, the world of peace for which we have yearned, will surely be realized. Until my dying day, wherever I may be, I will continue advancing toward that goal. I will pray that this country which has received Heavenly Parent's blessing will fulfill its responsibility as a chosen nation, like a second Israel, and that this country and its people will fulfill that calling. Let me say again that there must never again be an unfortunate incident such as the one we face today. Now, for the sake of our future descendants, I will continue to pray and offer my blessing that this people, this nation, may unfold as the beautiful kingdom of heaven on earth, where people attend God, free from war and conflict. Thank you. I hope everyone can also read these precious words yourselves out loud. I think it's I encouraged also the sisters in our sisters devotion group to do so, because I think it has a real power that we can really resonate with True Mother's words here. I find it amazing that even in this speech, True Mother talks about gratitude, what she's grateful for. And this is also one of the things I pray that we can all take on that spirit of being grateful, really having that spirit that true parents always had in spite of any situation. Also the words from the Hundoke, the reading, also stood out to me. I felt very meaningful that the one who sacrifices the most will become the central person. And I really believe that, true father and true mother, without a doubt, have been the two people to sacrifice the most for this world. And they will become, the central people, and they will be ultimately recognized for what they've done. And I think all of us also can be the same. If we can be those sacrificial people in our surroundings and become the central people and really represent that spirit as well. So true parents have always been unchanging in spite of all those times true father also went to prison, even could witness in prison and bring more victory afterwards. So it's difficult to imagine, and we're still very unsure of what's ahead. But I think this spirit of being unchanging, of being grateful, of believing God can work, is really true parent spirit that we can keep in our hearts. And we're so lucky we have each other still. We have our whole community. We can not be alone, feeling, struggling in this time, but really that we can really support each other and stay very united at this time.
Thank you. Thank you, Yoshiko. And thank you, True Mother. Let's give it up for True Mother and these incredible words of essence that she has been sharing with us. For me, when I read this message for the first time, I was in profound tears and reflection. I felt like, from Scripture, from Luke, this moment after Peter had denied Jesus 3 times, right? Scripture writes that the gaze of Jesus looked at Peter. And it's quite interesting to reflect what was in that look. I felt this was my look moment with True Mother. Because there was, I believe in Jesus' eyes, there was no accusation. There was just, Peter, I see you. And compassion, actually, for Peter, that allowed Peter to repent and then become the rock of Christianity and the church. And for me, it's like the clarity of True Mother's words here, for me, they pierce through my confusion. And they feel like mentioning the second and the third generation. But all of us as blessed families is the sense, I see you, I see who you really are, and please live up to it. And so, with this, I think many of us who have walked with true parents for many years can maybe relate to this Peter moment, this second touch, to be touched again by the Lord that we have served all of our lives, right? But there's also many Pauls ahead, people that haven't met true parents yet, but will meet them through Spirit. And when we get the Peter-type people, or Petras, the sisters among us, and the Pauls and Paulines together, we're those that are newly touched
and that the Spirit is ready to touch now anew in this time. And we get this time to work together. There's actually great things ahead of us. The key dates now are on July 31st. There will be decisions about whether True Mother can stay in the hospital or needs to return to the detention center. So please, on your prayer list, July 31st is a key date to pray for. We want True Mother's body to be protected. We want her to stay, that the stay in the hospital can be extended. This is point number one. And of course, as you know, the prosecution requested a sentence of 13 years. And now, over the coming, 1.5 months, there will be the deliberation of the four or five judges, and the verdict is expected at the end of August. That's the next date to keep in our prayers, to keep in our minds. But more importantly is that we stand up, that we testify, and that we can show the physical and the spiritual world that you can't lock up Holy Mother Han, that you can't lock up the spirit of Holy Mother Han, and that we go out freely, as we read in the early Hunduke this morning, to take the flag of Heavenly Parent that we have hidden in our bosom, take it out and show it to the world. Leading up to August 31st, we'll announce a national witnessing effort as a national condition to testify, to share the key message that True Mother has for the nation of Korea, but we'll translate it, her key mission or key message that she has for the world. True Mother always says the same thing. And this key message we need, more details will come, but it will be an invitation for everyone to distribute a prophetess speaks today. We'll still set the number to how many thousands people we will distribute that. But I'll invite every one of you to join in this effort. I will have many conversations how exactly to do this, but our determination is clear that we will not be silenced by this situation, by this environment, but we'll say the name of Holy Mother Han that brings healing, resurrection, and rebirth to this world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed for those words. So now we come to that part of our service today when we will say welcome to those who are here maybe for the first time or have been coming back to us after time away. First of all, is there anybody here that may be here for the first time? Anybody at all? Or, Yeah, Alistair. First time for a little while, anyway. Alistair, would you like to say something with that? Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Yeah, nice to see everybody. Thank you for that one, Uncle. Appreciate that round of applause. Yeah, it's nice to see everybody. It's been a long old while. Your faces look darker. It's been sunny here. But feeling inspired, honestly. Being in Korea was very, very meaningful. And I want to bring that inspiration, to be honest with you. So hopefully I'll have the chance to give a testimony soon enough to share some of the things that I personally realized. And if you're interested in that, then yeah, I'll keep it very entertaining and very energy-filled. But yeah, I'm returning not just as myself, but with somebody as well. Yeah, I mean, we got blessed, as maybe everyone knows, but we did the workshop together, which is really meaningful. And yeah, I'll pass the mic over.
Hello, good to see you. Okay. My name is Yeoju. I'm so happy to come back here. I'm gonna leave August, so it's not permanent, but I hope I can spend time with everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, is there anybody else who would like to say anything? No? Okay, all right then. That's great. So, I'd like to ask. Well, yeah, too much. Anyway, it's always good to see Toby anyway, but I don't think he needs to introduce himself. Okay, I'd like to invite up then the pastors for the benediction, for the declaration.
So before we have yes, yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to be shot if I don't. Yes, so next Sunday, after the service next Sunday, there is a Golden Oldies meeting. Now, I know you've been all waiting for that. I have. But, so next Sunday at the Peace Embassy, after the service, there will be a meeting of, I think it's over 60s, isn't it? Over 60s Golden Oldies meeting. So please come. We will have, the testimony maybe and some games and paintball. I don't think so. Anyway, we will have a fun time. So thank you very much indeed. That's all.
Thank you. So, Benedict is moved by the Spirit. He wants to say something to us. So, let's welcome Benedict. Yeah.
I had a dream a few weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and in the dream, my mother and I were watching a movie about South Korea, and there was all sorts of sin and evil and wickedness and malice and greed and selfishness going on. There was fornication everywhere. There was betrayal everywhere. There were lies everywhere. There was deceit everywhere. There was hatred in people's hearts manifesting outwardly. It was hell on earth. That's the dream I had. And then suddenly True Mother appeared and everything else disappeared. And it was only True Mother standing completely alone in a marble square, somewhere like the Chong, I don't want to say the Korean word, that place, yeah. Yeah, that place, wherever that is. I'm going there in a month, I'll find out then, right? So, but that place, all right, as you're standing completely alone and there's nobody with her. And I feel that's like how it is right now. We're not really with her. We think we are. We say all the right things. We nod our heads at the right moments. We're not really one in heart with her. And that's what she needs. She needs us to be one in heart with her, to walk with her, to move forward with her in spirit and truth. It's not about schemes and plans and systems and processes. These things are going to pass away when the kingdom of heaven arrives here on earth, as indeed it already has. So what we're doing now is attending Holy Mother Han, moving forward with her in spirit and truth in our hearts. And everything else passes away, and it's only her, and we find peace with her. Then, in the dream, suddenly there appeared these olive branches, small olive branches, and True Mother began handing them out. And that's how peace enters the world. And I thought of the Holy Spirit as the dove, bringing the olive branch to the ark, to Noah's ark, saying that it's safe to land now. We found solid ground. We can land. And with True Mother, we have landed. We are safe with her here on earth. And the kingdom of heaven is here. Kingdom of heaven is here on earth right now. Let's not believe it, let's live it as our reality. It is our present reality. We're here now. And let's continue attending Holy Mother Han in spirit and truth. Adieu.
Thank you very much, Benny. Thank you. So now let's rise and have our benediction. Oh, sorry. One more announcement. Yes, please come up. Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, just in the same spirit as Benny. When you're reading the True Mother's words, I had a vision, and in the vision there were all these tears, like made a river, and in these tears, all these black bits and pieces were being washed away, basically. And I felt it's like through Mother's suffering and heart, an offering that we can be purified, and we have to be very grateful for that.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Tim. Thank you. So I think Bogdan and Yoshiko, you brought a spirit here today. Thank you so much for coming a long way. And I'm sorry the children didn't meet the other children here. It's like, ooh, they have the house to themselves. Ooh. Okay, so it's been a long one today. I promise we'll have a shorter next week. So let's rise for our benediction. In the 14th year of Chonuguk, when we attend the parents substantially, let us, the blessed families around the world, become true sons and daughters of Chonuguk, who fulfill our responsibility as the chosen people in unity with true parents. Aju. Aju. Please remember that you can have lunch downstairs. So Sigrun is raising funds for a charity, living for the sake of others, and also cakes as well for charity. So if you want to have lunch before you go, please do so. Okay. Aju. Yeah. Okay, have a great week. Thank you. Music. Thank you.